Fire that killed an Attica man and his two daughters has been determined to be an electrical fire.
News 18's Holly Campbell reports where the fire started and why the fire chief says it took a toll on first responders.
Flowers, candles, and teddy bears remind a community of 3 lives that were lost in a fire February 26th. And we now know how the fire started that killed 26-year-old Lance Ward and his 2 daughters, 3-year-old Riley and 18-month-old Sage. Attica Fire Chief Ed O'Farrell says after investigating, the fire at 309 Washington Street has been ruled electrical. He says it started in a common area in the home.
In the kitchen area or the kitchen dining room area, it was one larger area that incorporated both rooms.
O'Farrell is responsible for the investigation, but he says when lives are lost, many agencies come together to look for answers. In this case, for 24-year-old Kelly Ward, who wasn't home when the fire took the lives of her husband and 2 children.
We can request a fire investigator to come out, which we did in this case, and they came out, they assisted us. We also have to call the county coroner because he is also involved in all death cases.
O'Farrell says this investigation has taken a toll on everyone involved.
As far as I know, in a long time that anybody can remember, we've not had a child fatality in a fire within the city.
With the loss of life, especially young children, O'Farrell says first responders can experience critical incident stress.
We got there within 3 minutes, which I don't think anybody can complain about that at all, but the fire was just of such a magnitude that there was nothing that we could do. And when you can't do and you hurt yourself or you rush in to try to do something and you're stymied and not be able to do it, it does create a certain amount of stress on the people.
He says for that reason, the fire department had a debriefing Sunday to deal with the emotional trauma they may be experiencing. O'Farrell says the community has come together to help support the person hurting most of all, the woman who lost her family. Holly Campbell, News 18.
Chief O'Farrell says it's important to always have a plan of action in case of a fire.